Right, all right, all right. Let's catch some fish. Got me a trusty old trouble hook here. We need to catch some bait first, man. Try to catch some bait. So, first thing I'm going to do, get me a bucket of water. Put that right here. Second thing I'm going to do, toss a night crawler out. Because more than likely, I'm going to catch the bait that I want, which is a small bluegill, medium bluegill, not too small, on a night crawler. So we'll put this out, usually right out over here to the left. There's some bluegill. See if I can't hook one up. Now it's just weightless. I just tossed it out there. There's one's taking it. There we go. There's some bait. That quick, guys. I don't want to damage them too much because I want to use them for bait. Probably should have used a single hook. Oh, here it comes. That wasn't too bad. All right, now I'm gonna get one more bait. Get one more bait, and then we'll rig up the big rod. See what we can catch. Some had it, they're running with it. See if he didn't steal all my worm. Oh. Oh. That took all the worm. Got another little part of a night crawler here. Ooh, the feisty bait we got in there. Hello. How you doing? Good, man. Put this out there, see if we can't get one right quick. Any luck? Couple bluegill. I'll try for a catfish here in a minute. Another one.
Let's wait for the catfish.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing right now, making bait. Oh. All right. Now I got to rig up the other rod.
Did you have a hard time if you come and fish here?
No, you're all right here.
Yeah.
Just have your license. Sometimes, every now and then, a ranger will stop, and if somebody calls, they'll send a ranger out here. But it's totally legal to fish here. So, you know.
I suppose they would put a lock in there if they didn't want us to go.
Yeah, no, it's open. When they built this, the county made them make a public access point.
This is it?
And this is it, yeah.
Good deal. How do you know that?
I've lived here my whole life. But it was like this when I was born, or when I first moved here as a kid. And when I first started fishing here, this fence wasn't here. This was just open, right? But then people started launching kayaks and stuff here.
Oh, okay.
And so then they put the fence up so like you could only walk in, you know, but they couldn't close it to public access. If they could, they would have. You can guarantee that, you know. Yeah, but they can't stop you from fishing here. It's in the deed for when they built this place.
I've done a lot of work here.
Yeah. Oh, so have I. I'm a house painter, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, we do quite a bit of work in here too. But and then I even lived inside here when I was like a little kid, and there's some good catfish in here.
Next time I'll bring the pool.
I don't know if you want to eat them, to be totally honest
But
with
just
you.
for the fun.
Yeah, they put chemicals in the water now to keep the algae down, and it just, to me, it's just questionable. It's like, you know,
Places like this, we always catch and release.
yeah, that's what I do too.
There's
But you can catch some real nice catfish here. I've caught catfish as long as my leg here.
You ever been to Lake David?
Davis?
Lake by Portola?
I can't say that I have.
I went there a couple months ago, man. It's like there was one boat besides us, and we caught like 6 trout. With the,
Oh, nice.
It was really nice. I mean, it was so calm. They don't allow any jet skiers or any, crazy stuff. Just fishing.
Yeah.
So it's super cool.
Yeah,
If you
that
get a
that
chance sometime, you should try that.
makes a big difference when it's not like a boater's lake.
Yeah.
This is a good place to bring kids too if you just want them to catch bluegill and stuff. You can catch a bucket of bluegill here in no time. You know, just to keep the kids entertained.
Of course, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah. Have a good one. All right. I got this all rigged up. Now I'm going to put on the small bluegill of the two. I think it'll make a good bait. I'm going to put this hook right through his back, right there by the dorsal fin. Make sure it's clear, nothing stuck to him. Okay, this is going to go out as far out as I can cast it off to the left. Right there. All right, guys. Let's see what we get to bite. So we just got a couple bluegill, but I just put on that as bait. So hopefully we catch a big bass or big catfish here in a minute. See if I can't bring the stand down a little closer without it falling over. Let's see. Keep an eye on that rod, because when these big bass hit, they hit hard. That was my line rolling down to it, not the fish. Spool of line rolled down. That's a little better. Now I can kind of kick back right here, see what anybody says. Yeah, so nice evening. Thank you all for being here. Hello, soul friends. Thank you for being here. My #1 moderator, my super fan, soul friends. Yeah. Hopefully we get a big old bass now. So we've got a live bluegill on there for bait. And we're waiting for a big hit, guys. Waiting for the big hit. To get this net and kind of set it where I think I'll need it. Right there. Always like to have the net nearby, so when the big fish hits, we can get him. Tension on that line. I got a pretty big weight, so I don't believe the bluegill can move that weight around. So if it starts moving, it's because a big bass took it, or a big fish has swallowed that up. So right now we're fishing for largemouth bass or large catfish, one of the two. We'll see what we get to bite that bluegill. They both like to eat it. Nice little feisty bait on there. He should attract a predator pretty quick. See what happens. As long as he's not hiding under a rock, right? Which could be the case. You never know. Yeah, it's pretty good bite on the bluegill. Coming in right away. Got 2 of those real fast. But now we're waiting for a big fish. Waiting for the big fish. I've been doing salmon fishing lately down on the Feather River. That's been fun. I'm thinking about going tomorrow morning. I don't like to fish the weekends because it's just too busy. There's too many people crowding in there doing the combat fishing. So Saturday and Sunday are much better. I mean, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are much better. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are better than Saturday, Sunday. But so tomorrow I might go down and do a little salmon fishing early in the morning, see if we can't get a salmon. I'm hoping to do that. But tonight I just wanted to get out here and enjoy a little largemouth bass, catfish fishing. See what we can get, and just see what happens. You know, see what happens. I haven't been down here in a while. I set some line out. Little fish doesn't seem to be moving much. Sometimes it's good to give them a little slack, you know. Ooh, there was a big fish jumping. There we go. There's a little slack on the line. So if the fish takes it, he can pull the line a little ways before he hits all the the weight in the gear, you know. I feel like a big fish is about to hit. I feel like we are moments away from a strike, but I could be wrong. But we got a nice feisty bait on there, so we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. It's me moving the line around, trying to get this settled here. That's good. I made this rod holder. I should have brought it. Made a rod holder about a week ago. So if I set up in a spot like this, the rod is kind of held by a little device that I could pound into the soft soil here. I think it would be beneficial. So I could tighten it, let a little line out, give it a little slack. Right there where that's at. Thanks for being here, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Waiting for the big fish to bite. So far, we've just had a couple of bluegill, but I have a nice feisty bluegill on there now for bait that we caught right off. And waiting for a big fish to swallow them up. We'll see what happens. See what happens. We'll give it about 15 minutes in this spot. If I don't get a hit, I'll move it to another spot off to the left, a little farther off to the left. But I'm expecting to get a bite here pretty quick. It's been a while since I've done any live streaming. I did a lot of live streaming up until about New Year's, and then I took a nice healthy break. But I'm feeling like I should get back into live streaming and start doing more live content. So tomorrow morning, if I do some salmon fishing, I can stream some of that live too. Hopefully we get a nice big fish right here tonight for you. I've caught quite a few largemouth bass right here at like this hour as the sun's starting to set on these live baits that I'm using. So hoping I can do it again. We'll see what happens. But it's done good for me in the past here. whelp, guys. Got to be patient. You master patience, you master fishing. I've got to be patient. I got to let this thing sit there for a while before I pull it up and try another spot. But it's a good bait and it's in a good spot, so just let it wait for a little while longer. But I am anxious to catch a nice fish. I'm fighting the desire to move it around. Hopefully we get a big one. There is some real nice bass in this lake. They put Florida strain largemouth bass in here years ago. So that's what we're dealing with here, guys. Florida strain largemouth bass that have mixed on northern largemouth bass. So you kind of have a hybrid now. They get real big. That's a good thing. They're a little more aggressive than Florida because they mix back on the northern largemouth. It's hot today out here. It was like 90 some odd degrees. So that's pretty warm. 98 degrees. So now it's starting to cool off. It's very nice. Feels good. All right, I'm getting a little wobble here. Line's moving a little bit. See what happens here, guys. Patience, right? Gotta have patience. I feel like something was playing with it. Just chasing the bait around or something. When a big fish comes up on that bait down there, it'll try and get away because it's alive, right? And that'll be your first indication that you're going to get a bite, is the tip of your pole will start to bounce around like that little fish is trying to get away. Because it's using all of its strength to get away from a big fish, but I've got like a 2-ounce weight on there holding him down. So he can't really get away. So the big fish gets him after you see it bounce around. You'll see, your pole bend over, and then obviously you've got a fish on. So that's what we're waiting for. And then sometimes the big fish just smashes the little bluegill and starts stripping line off. So you need to be prepared for either of those scenarios when you're fishing a live bait. Oh, big fish just jumped. Wow. There's some big ones jumping out here. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Consider subscribing if you like fishing content. I do a lot of fishing content. Oh, it's getting nice and cool out here. Nice cool breeze just came over me. Feels great. Oh. Got this nice new white rod. I paired it with a good old dial spinning reel that I've had for years. I actually purchased it used at the reel used at a flea market. And so it was a little stiff when I pulled it off the shelf, you know. But I got some good 3-in-1 oil and lubed it all up. And it works great. Works great. It's a good bass rod. It's good catfish rod. It's a little heavy for either of those, but it's big enough to land a salmon. So that's what I've been fishing with for the salmon. So nice setup. So if I get a big bass, I should be able to pull them right up, unless it's like a world record or something, which I'm always hoping I catch. Give me a good 23-pounder. I'd be happy as a clam. Never know, right? Always think big. Aim for the top, right? I'll tell you what, if you don't prepare for the big one, you won't catch the big one. That's just how it is. If you have a trout rod and you're fishing for bass, you're not going to get a 22-pound bass. It's just going to break your line, right? So we're running 20-pound line, and we are hoping for a 20-pound bass. If we get something like that, I would be amazed. But it's not impossible. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Should I do the fish dance? Haven't done the fish dance in a while. I'm joking. I don't know what the fish dance is. I know the chicken, but that's not going to get me a fish. All right, couple more minutes. I'm going to move that bait to another spot out there where I think we have a good chance. If we don't get a good bite or something doesn't happen where it's at. Hopefully it's not hung up on some damn rocks, you know? That's the other thing that happens fishing the bottom like this. Get hung up on rocks and ruins your whole day. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate you. We are fishing for largemouth bass, catfish tonight. I've got a live bluegill on, and we're waiting for a big one. That's what we're doing here. We're monster fish hunting right now. Not tonight. Not tonight. Tomorrow morning I'm going to try for some salmon. I was going to go back down to the Feather River. The weekend's really rough down there, man. It gets to be so crowded that, like, it makes it real combat fishing. I'm up here at Lake Wildwood. Fishing for bass. Yeah, tomorrow morning I'm thinking I'll head out real early. I want to get to the hole like when the sun is coming up, and hopefully I can land a salmon tomorrow. You know, I'm hoping I will get one of these salmon. Yeah, the Feather is excellent fishing. It is excellent fishing, but I don't know. I thought about going to Marysville and just fishing some of the rapids with a lure, you know, seeing what happened. But all the salmon that I've caught have been up there at Orville, so it's kind of my spot for salmon fishing. I know I should probably branch out and try different spots because people catch salmon all up and down the river. You know, it's not just Orville. right? But yeah, you know, the Feather River has excellent salmon fish and steelhead for that matter. So, you know, yeah, I look forward to going back out there. It's kind of addictive, you know. Well, all fishing is, but specifically salmon fishing is because it's just such a rush when you hook one. I mean, it's hard to describe to people how much of a rush it is. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You know, let's get find some other spots. Uh, you know, try some spoons, some stuff like that. See what I can get. You know, there's got to be some other good spots. I know there's a beach down by Marysville called Beer Can Beach that people always seem to catch a few nice salmon at. Whoa, that was a huge largemouth. Y'all see that? That thing must have been 20 pounds or a good 15. Damn. I think that was in the viewfinder. Yeah. There's some big fish right here, man. Damn. It makes me not want to move it because it's not far from where that fish jumped. But I said I was going to move it after about this time. So I'm gonna try and move this, make sure I'm not stuck, and a spot that I think might be more productive. He's still alive. Doesn't look too healthy though. It's all right. That might be a better spot. If I'm too far out to the right, it's in the kind of the deeper water, and the bass like to go up to the shallower water to feed, chase on these little guys. Hopefully we get a hit here. This is Lake Wildwood, the only public access to this lake. Fishing for a largemouth bass tonight. Yeah, so do I. That's what I hope. There's some big ones jumping out here right now. So, see what happens. A good chance we'll hook one. There's also some big catfish in here. So, I've caught some catfish as long as my leg here. I've caught some real beautiful largemouth bass here. So, either of the two would be great right now. And this is the prime time. The next half an hour or so is the best time to fish the spot. And I believe I have my bait in just about the perfect spot where I've hooked numerous bass in the past. So we'll see what happens. you know, just because I did it before doesn't mean I'm going to do it again tonight. You know what I mean? It's just, it has happened here. Or I've made some really cool videos in the past here, right here on the spot where I landed 5 and 10 pound bass. I need to get a scale so I can weigh them on the camera when I do it, because honestly, I'm not sure how much they weighed, but I know that they were big. Bigger than my arm. See if we can do it again, guys. Wish me luck here. They're out here. Let's get a big fat bass. Big old fat bass. Yeah, rubber baits work great. Black rubber worm, the red tail was always my go-to for years. It still works. I just, over the years, your fishing evolves, right? Like, you'll catch numerous 1 and 2 pound bass on a black rubber worm, right? Which are tons of fun. But now I want a 20-pound bass, right? So I use a live bait, you know, so I go out and I catch a fish and then I fish with that. Be careful doing that. Check your legalities wherever you're at. I know what I'm doing and where I'm at, so I'm comfortable doing what I'm doing. But be careful, guys. Just because I'm doing it doesn't mean you should do it. Never take live bait from one lake to another and use it. Like, never take a bluegill from one lake and go to another lake and use it. That's illegal. Usually, you can use it in the lake you're in, and nobody will care. Usually, because sometimes people care. Most rangers don't care if you use it in the lake that you caught it in. So what they're worried about is you transferring organisms from one lake to another and messing up ecosystems that have been in place for a long time. So that's the tip I can give you. Chatterbaits, hard baits, rattle trap. Try a good old rattle trap. And a hula popper on the surface. Work it slow. Hula poppers you want to work nice and slow. Light tackle for all that. Not too light. 10-pound test. That said, for people that are just getting into fishing, I think trout fishing is something that you could put a lot of time into and get a lot of enjoyment out of for a long time. Trout are good to eat, and they're generally placed in the lakes by Department of Fish and Game for you to take home and eat. They raise them in fish tanks and release them in the lake, and the bass eat them, the birds eat them, people eat them, and they do it, you know, year after year. So you don't have to worry about diminishing the population, because they were put there for you to take home. Whereas, like largemouth bass and most places catfish, anyhow, in California, anyways. For walleye, are you a Midwester guy? Are you back east? Walleye's like Midwest up north, right? And walleye's very good eating, from what I understand. I've never caught a walleye. Never caught a walleye. But I've heard they're very good eating. Lake Minnetonka, huh? Never fished there. Well, that's excellent, man. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Oh, here comes the moon. Big. Moon just popped up over the hillside. I wonder what time it is. Soul friends, what time is it? Do you mind letting me know? If you're still there with us, soul friends. No, she's not there. Well, I'm going to fish until I can't see my rod anymore. So that's my plan. 8:20. Okay, so I've got about another 30 minutes before the sun, or before I can't see my tackle out here anymore, which is a bummer. Yeah. 8:19, 8:20. Yep, that's what time it is. This is the magic hour for the bass, though. If we're gonna hook one, it's gonna be now. Come on, fish. Eat my tackle out there. I need to get some lights so I can come back out here and fish at night again. I have them. I just got to charge them up. I have lights. I just got to charge them all up. That's something that I have to start like the night before. 10:20 already? Yeah. Your mountain time, huh? Dang, no fish. Well, I shouldn't say no fish. Just not the fish that I wanted to catch. Only bluegill. Only the bluegill. Central time. Now the rangers out here are atrocious. They're not actually rangers. They are private security for the lake. It's just atrocious. You're going too fast. There's nobody on the water. It's like it's a ski zone. But because the sun's gone down, I mean, you can still see pretty good. They're out there telling them to slow down. I mean, I get it. You don't want people racing around the lake at night. But you could still see. So, you know, take it easy, private security. But that's how this private community is. They're very rule-based. Nothing against them, you know. I have some great friends that live inside here. I've known some people that have lived in here for 20-some years, you know. Not the whole time, they moved away, but they're back. And good people, but man, the rules drive me nuts. It would drive me nuts. I have a live bluegill on. Live bluegill. Live bait. My favorite bait. Thank you all for supporting the channel, for being here and watching. Been doing this for quite some time. Finally made it up to over 1,000 subscribers. Now I've got to build up to, 4,000 watch hours. So I could actually make a few pennies at this. But, you know, I don't fish for money. I mean, I do fish for money when I'm commercial fishing, but right now I'm fishing for the fun of it, right? Because it's cool and I enjoy doing it. Tomorrow I will be fishing for food for my family when I do salmon fishing, right? That's a whole other ballgame. That's serious business. Because I've been trying to get a salmon from my family for quite a while now. Well, it can be in California too. You have to be very careful about how you do it. You never take it from one lake to another. You can only use it in the lake that you caught it in. And even then, like, you could still end up having to argue what you're doing in court. So I always tell people, don't do what I'm doing. Just because I'm doing it doesn't mean you should do it. You know? But I caught this bait here in this lake. And as far as I know, here in this lake, you can do it with the bait that you caught here in that lake. In this lake. I'm not transferring any organisms from one body to another, which is what the main problem is. That's what Department of Fish and Game is concerned with. They don't want you taking from one species of fish to another body of water and releasing it by accident, because that's how you create. That's how you destroy ecosystems, right? We have a real bad problem with that right now in California, where people have been taking their boats from the delta and going up to mountain lakes, and they transfer these mussels that are indigenous to China to other lakes by accident, right? They don't realize what they're doing. And it's creating a huge problem for our water systems and electric generation, because these mussels grow inside the pipes that we use to do all of that, right? All of our infrastructure. And eventually you have to shut it down and send people in there and clean out the mussels with like big scrapers, you know? And it's just an incredible headache. So yeah, that's happening, and they've caught numerous people trying to take their boats to Lake Tahoe with live mussels in the hull of their boat. You know, they don't know what they're doing. They're just not paying attention to what they're doing. It is a beautiful evening, though. Still waiting for a bite. Not happening yet, guys. The big one should be here, though. The big one should be happening soon. I got a light on this I can turn on. Lighting. Is my light on now? Let's see. No. Let's see if I can turn the light on. Did that turn it on? Yeah. So I have a little light on now. I don't know, you probably can't tell yet that it's on, but shortly as the light starts to go down, you'll be able to tell that I put a light on. Not much of a light, but it's a light. It'll keep us going a little bit longer. I can still see good. We can still see good. Yes. Thank you, sweetie. Very nice evening, huh? Waiting for the big one to bite. I know they're out there. We've just got to be patient for them. Just got to wait for them. One big bite. That's all we want. Won't bend them over. Huh. I might have to rig it up different. I have it on like a short leader with a, well, let's see, a weight to a swivel, right? And then a leader to a hook. So I might need to do the weight at the end, or a hook and then a weight at the end, right? So the fish is suspended up above the bottom that way and unable to find cover. That's the setup that I've done really well with here. So maybe by changing my setup, it's not such a good way. I don't know, but and then maybe it's just a slow night. Maybe it just wasn't my night. You know, sometimes that's just how it is when you're fishing. But I tend to believe that if you come out and you put your time in, an hour or two, if you have the right setup, you'll get a bite. You'll get a hookup, right? So next time I come out, I'm just gonna follow through with the setup the way I have it out there. But the next time I come out, I'm gonna change my setup to where instead of having the main line, a weight on the main line to a swivel, and then a leader to a hook, I'm gonna do the hook off of the main line and then a weight at the end. No swivel. And that way the fish will be suspended in the air, unable to get to the bottom. And I think they struggle more open in the open, you know, and the fish see them and attack them that way. So that's what I'm doing next time. But tonight, I got on what I got on. I'm gonna stick with it, and we'll see what happens. Oh, and you guys see that fish jump out there? Nice one. There's some good fish jumping out here tonight. There's some beautiful fish in this lake. It's so peaceful out here right now. I just wish I could make the traffic noise go away. Wish I was at a mountain lake somewhere where there was no traffic sound. But this is good enough, right? As good as it gets. We're right here. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Here, fishy, fishy. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. Just let it be for a little bit. Oh boy. Fish jumping off to the right of me over here. Yeah, this camera does a good job of brightening it up. A little darker than what it looks like. I was just looking at that on the screen. It's a little darker out here than what it actually is on the screen. And I have a little light on the camera on too. Just a little tiny light. It's not making it that bright. Just want to say thank you to everybody that's here, that's watching. I appreciate you. I haven't done any live streams in quite a while, so I'm so thankful for anybody that's tuning in and watching. I appreciate you for supporting this channel and watching me fish. Um, I try and bring some beauty and peace on my live streams to people. I think I'm doing that now. Thank you for being here with me, man. I appreciate y'all so much. Got a big moon out. Everybody in the USA should be able to walk outside and look at the moon. It's pretty nice. It's not quite full yet. I think it's going to be full in just a couple days. So that's interesting. I think I'm just going to give the bait a tug and see if we can't trigger a bite, right? In some moss. I can feel the moss. Now I'm going to pull it up because I don't want to be buried in moss. He's still alive. Let's put him back out there. He's still a fighter. Oh yeah, he's still trying to swim around. Let's get him back out there. See what happens right there. I had it way out there. I feel like the fish that are going to eat him at this hour are going to be cruising the banks. feel like they're right out there, cruising the bank. So we didn't put it out real deep this time. See what happens. Injured fish. Something should gobble them up. See what happens. I'm always surprised at how much little light on the phone actually puts out. You know, because it's just a little light, but it puts out bright light. So, see what happens here. See if we can't catch a catfish still. Or big old bass. You never know. You never can tell. I feel like I should scoot down next to this rod because I feel like if we get a bite, it's going to happen quick. Like, they're going to be like, boom. And if I don't jump on it, it's not going to happen. So, here I am. I'm ready for the fish. Ready for the fish. Let's get right up here with me. There we go. Right here by the water now. See what happens, guys. The light on the camera is kicking butt. You guys can still see good. And it helps to have a white fishing pole. Now if I hook the fish here, I'm going to have to make an effort to stay low to the water so you guys can see what's happening. That's all right though. It's a beautiful night. I'll adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. Robert, what's happening? Thank you for being here. I want to thank everybody for supporting the stream. Soul Freds, thank you for being here. Starting to get dark now. Not too bad, but it's starting to get there. Still hoping we get that big bite, guys. No, there's got to be one out there for us. Got to be out there. Man, the cool air is just priceless. Let me say that. After it being 98 degrees all day out here, it feels so good out to be here next to this really moisturized air next to the lake, because it was just blazing hot where I live all day. Went out a couple of times, but like basically I hid from the sun all day because it was just too damn hot. Thanks for the support, guys. Appreciate that. You know, when people throw the smiley faces, it helps the algorithm show the stream to more people. So it's good. I appreciate that, guys. 100%. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, so we are fishing for bass and catfish tonight. I've got a live bluegill on, and we're just waiting for the big bite. You know, waiting for the big bite. Hopefully, we catch a big fat fish. That's the goal. No big fatties so far. Just got the little guys hooked up for bait. Whoa, jeez. Did y'all see that fish jump? It looked like a damn salmon. You know what? I'm going to put the bait right where that fish just jumped. I know it's cheesy to do that, but what the heck? It's getting dark. Drag him through the weeds one more time. Right now, we don't care. All right, let's put this fish right where that fish jumped. It's about right where he jumped. Right there. See what happens. See if we don't get the big one this time. Thank you for supporting the stream, guys. Appreciate that. We been doing this for quite a while. Been doing live streams, building the channel up, trying to get to where we can get monetized eventually. Do fishing adventures. Maybe try tackle out, you know, show people how the different tackle works. All that stuff. It's nice to do something a little different than everything that's on YouTube. All the talking heads, right? Doesn't that drive you nuts after a while? I know that's what. It's just too much. All the craziness in the world. All the craziness. It just keeps getting crazier and crazier. Day by day. I know the price of things doesn't make it any easier. But it's nice to forget about all that stuff for a little while and just think about fishing. Think about getting a bite. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for supporting the stream. Consider subscribing to the channel. More people subscribed, the better off the channel is. So. And it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to the channel, you know? You just do it. You know, during the winter, I had talked about doing like a survival video where I'd go out to the forest and not take any food with me and build like a camp, you know, out of basic survival stuff, like out of logs and branches and things. And, you know, don't have any set parameters, but just show what I go through, you know, and just see how a video like that would do. I could do some live streaming, and I could also do like some shorts, show people what it's like. I think that would be cool. Thank you, Robert. Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you. Waiting for that big fish to bite still, guys. Ooh, there's a big old fish that jumped way out there. I don't know if y'all could see that, but the monster fish. I'm kind of thinking some of these big fish jumping might be carp. I don't know. Later, bro. Ooh, some big ones hopping right now. I don't know. I know if they are carp, I can catch them with some corn. A lot of people think that using corn is illegal. It is not. It is legal to use corn for bait. So do not fret if somebody says, let's use some corn. Try it. See if you hook some fish. It's not illegal. It's legal. Holy mackerel. There's some big fish jumping right now. Dang, I wish I had my hula popper out here. When they start jumping like this, you toss yourself a hula popper and hold on tight. They are hopping. We've got a live bluegill on for bait. If you're just joining us, fishing for big catfish and big bass. Never really know what you're gonna hook right here. Could be a bass or a catfish. Oh, no. Dang. That was the hit we were after. He didn't steal the bait. He'll come back. Damn it. I should have just pounded it. I think he'll come back. That was a big bite. Damn. Give him a little bit of time to come back. Let's see what happens. Damn. Oh. Damn it. All right. Second fish up for bait. Got a second hit on that. Man, that was a good bite. Couple of big bites, guys. See if we can't hook into a big one. This next time that they do that, I'm gonna let them take a little line. I'm gonna let them take a little line before I set the hook, because I feel like I jumped the gun, and because I was definitely getting hits by a fish, you know, and I don't know if that was a bass or a catfish. But the first bite, the way it hit so hard, I would assume that was a bass, but it could have been the catfish. It's already dark. Catfish can be out here already. So that was the second live bait that I just put on. So we will see what bites on this one. And you know, if it eats this is a bigger bait. That's why I didn't put this one on first. But that does not mean that they won't eat it. I've seen a 5-pound bass eat a 12-inch rainbow trout, you know. So this bluegill should be a snack for a 5 or 10-pound bass. And it doesn't matter to a catfish. A big catfish will swallow a bluegill up, no problem. I've seen them do it. So the big fish are out there biting. Let's give them some time. Damn, I should have had them. I should have had them. Should have got that fish. Let them be. Let it see. See what happens here. I feel like any moment uh, these big fish can swallow this up. Whoa. So yeah, we just had a couple of good bites, big bites, where it bent the rod over, or almost pulled it in, whatever you want to call it. And I did not set the hook into the fish. I tried to set the hook, but it didn't get him. So put another bait on because they got the bait that time. And we put it back out there, and we're waiting for these guys to come back. They will be back. They will be back. You can be sure of that. They're hungry fish. So we'll see what happens. See, I've got 68% on my phone. So we got plenty of juice. It's 9:01. I'll give it another half hour. I think I can get a nice fish by 9:30. I think I can. Soul friends, are you there? Get a big one. Big fish. Come on. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. See what happens here. Damn. I hate missing a fish like that. I hate missing a fish like that. You get a good bite and you don't hook this at the hook. What's happening, Robert? Oh, you missed the bite, man. I just missed a fish. The rod bent down, and I probably should have set the hook then, but then I thought I'd wait for a second and see if like it swallowed it up. It dropped it, and then it came back and hit it one more time, and at that time I set the hook, and I missed the fish. He stole the bait. No, the fish I didn't catch. So I put the second bluegill that I had in the bait bucket on, tossed it out, and so we've got a fresh live bait on there now. And that just happened a minute ago, man. Oh, I was just talking about how I hate it when that happens, when you miss a fish. It's the worst. I mean, I love it too, but yeah, I think I'll get one. I feel like I'm going to get one. I feel like I'm going to get one. We'll see. I know I'm all excited now, like a kid. That's the best part of fishing, right? When you get that anxiety or that anxiousness going on, you feel like you're a kid, like you can't sit still. Nice, man. Yeah, we'll get them. Gonna get them. Your brother caught a turtle. I've caught a few turtles. It's always kind of a trip because you think you got a fish because it's pulling line and doing weird stuff, but you're like, what kind of fish is this? And then you yank it up. You're like, oh, it's a turtle. We have them red ear snapping turtles out here. It's actually not even indigenous to this area. They're, what do you call them? Invasive. People buy these snapping turtles for their fish tanks and stuff, and then get tired of having them and let them go in the lake. You couldn't get the hook. Yeah, man. Oh, big fish jumped over there. Yeah, it's tough. They'll bite you while you're trying to get the hook out. They will bite the tar out of you. And they will draw blood. They will actually take a chunk of flesh out of you if you're not careful. Yeah, so best thing you could do is just cut the line and hopefully he survives with it. Um, there's not much more you can do. Unless you take him home and make turtle soup. I don't know if that's legal. Dang, some big old fish jumping out here. Come on, fish. Another big hit. Damn. Thank you all for supporting the stream. Thank you for being here. We are fishing for catfish and largemouth bass tonight. We've got a live bluegill on for bait, and we're hoping for a big one. So I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for supporting the stream. I can't say that enough. Wish me luck, guys. Let's try and catch a big fish. I had a big fish bite a little while ago. I went to set the hook. I missed the fish, stole the bluegill. I had one more live bluegill that I had caught earlier, so we put that on, and certainly, um, put this one on, and we are. Oh, not let you? I didn't know that. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm not monetized. I just do this for fun for the most part. Um, got over 1,000 subscribers, but I still got to get to the 3,000 watch hours before it will let me uh, create a fan club and all that good stuff. So, but I mean, I'm trying, man. It's a lot of work to get the YouTube channel up to that point, you know. But thank you for the offer. I appreciate that. Thank you for the offer. I appreciate it. It's dark out here now. I'll tell you what. We are in the night. If we wouldn't have got that big bite, I might have gone home already. But I'm like, okay, the fish are biting. I got to get them now. See what happens here. Woo wee. Sure is pretty out here, though, huh? It's all the lights are on. Lake's all lit up. I don't know if you guys could see that light on the water in the middle of the screen right there, but that's what I cast towards. I cast right at that, and then I don't hit it. I don't get out to it because that's pretty far out there. But if I aim right at that buoy, I know that I'm lining up to a good spot to fish. So that's what I do when I'm here. I aim right at that buoy, and I've caught a lot of fish doing that. It's a kind of a little trick to this spot, you know, because I've been here when they drain the lake. I haven't done it in a long time, but when they drain the lake, you can see the topography and everything that's on the bottom, right? And between here and there, it kind of steadily gets deeper, and then it kind of planes off for a ways. And on that little plane that goes out to that buoy down there is a good spot to fish. Pack bait? Pack bait. So like, I'm not sure. I don't believe I have. I don't believe I have. Where did you acquire it? If you don't mind me asking. Okay, I'll check it out. I will check it out. Bunch of different things from Dollar General. I believe it. I know, well, last year a bunch of guys were using that, like hot dogs soaked in, what was that, Kool-Aid, and that seemed to work. The fish were going crazy for the Kool-Aid smell. I don't know why, but it seemed to work. And then people were telling me to make a carp video. I haven't fished for carp in 30 years. When I was a kid, I would do it because they were big and they were easy to catch. But I kind of grew out of that, Jello powder, oatmeal, and corn. Yeah, that's like a carp bait, minus the Jello powder. But you're catching catfish on that, huh? I believe it. Catfish eat a lot of different things, so. They eat a lot of different things. Come on, fish. I've only got about 15 minutes left, and I'm going to have to head out of here. I guess I can get to what? In 15 minutes, will be 30. I'll do a 2-hour stream. We'll get to the 2-hour marker on the stream. And if I don't have a fish by then, that'll be the end of it. But I'm going to the 2-hour marker because that's, what does it need to be? Thank you for being here, guys. I appreciate you. We're fishing for bass and catfish. Got a live bait on there. And we're going for it. We're trying to catch a big fish tonight. Got a nice big live bait on. It's about a 5-inch bluegill. So if anything eats it, it's going to be a big boy. Let's see what happens. Come on, fish. Let's go. Come on, fish. Let's do this. Another fish jumped off to the right of me over there. They're churning around. There's fish moving around. Oh, right in front of us that time. You hear that stuff? Some big fish moving around. Come on, fish. I appreciate everybody viewing. Thank you for supporting the stream. Can't thank you all enough. We are fishing for big catfish and bass tonight. I've got live bluegill on. And I had a big strike. I was unable to land it. Fish and fish heads. Well, you never know. So that's what I'm fishing with tonight. I got a live bait on, hoping to catch a big bass or a big catfish. At this point, I'm thinking more of a big catfish. But we started under evening sun where there was a good chance for big bass. And we may have gotten a bite from a big bass earlier, but we're in the nighttime zone now, so I would kind of assume a big catfish at this point. But you never know. Uh, you never know what you're gonna really hook on a live bait. You know, a big bass comes across an injured bluegill, it's gonna probably eat it, even if it's nighttime, right? So it's just how that goes. Yeah, a head for bait works well because it does bleed out a lot, and it's tough. You put a hook through the skull, it will not fall off. You know, the fish has got to swallow the whole thing. Whereas if you just put it through the meat, uh, it can grab hold of the other side end of the meat and yank it off your hook. You know, um, but yeah, you get the hook through the bone, through the skull, and it's not gonna get yanked off. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm with you on that one. One thing I would say though, when you're fishing for picky fish, like uh, like a halibut in the ocean, um, they want the meat, and they're smart enough to know what they're biting into. So for a picky fish like a halibut, it doesn't hurt to just put a fillet on there because they'll try and eat that whole fillet. And whereas if you have the hook through the head, a lot of times they'll just eat the body of the fish and leave you with the head. So that's something I've learned fishing in the ocean. It doesn't hurt to have multiple hooks in a piece of bait that you're using. Like if you're going to use a good fresh sardine it's nice and sturdy, put a hook to the head and a hook to the tail. You have a better chance of catching a halibut that way. Whereas a catfish is not a picky fish, right? Like it'll whatever it comes across, it's gonna eat. So you can go ahead and just put the hook through the skull and let it bleed out everywhere, and it'll attract fish, and you'll catch a nice big fat catfish. I'm just trying this whole bluegill tonight because I'm hoping for a really big fish. Wanted to put on a nice show for you guys, and I did get a big bite. I just when I went to set the hook, I missed the fish. You know, it stole the bait. So it didn't work out the way I wanted it to for you guys. But I'm out here trying. I'm going for it, and if you subscribe, you'll see me trying again. So that's how it goes. You don't always get the fish you want, but I'm still here trying. I'm not giving up just yet. We still got some time in the evening here. So I thank you all for being here with me. I appreciate you. I really do. God, I'm hoping a fish bites here in the next 10, 15 minutes. I'm almost certain one will. Almost certain we'll get a bite here in the next 5 minutes or so. Just one of those things where, like, once you fish the spot long enough, you know if you put a piece of bait out there for a certain amount of time, you're going to get a bite. Right now it is 9:24. I'm going to fish another 15 minutes or so. Then I got to start to roll it up. Ooh, man, there's some big fish jumping out here right now. I can just hear them breaking the surface. Need some topwater lures. I need to go buy myself a couple of uh, hula poppers. I might do that. I might make a trip to Walmart tomorrow. Grab myself a hula popper. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's time to catch a fish. Come on, fish. Let's do this. Damn. Damn. Oh, it's getting late, huh? 12:25 a.m. That's my bedtime, man. I stay up till about midnight almost every night, whether I want to or not. It's just like my internal clock keeps me up. The earliest I can go to sleep usually is like about 11:30, and then by like 1 o'clock, I'm like, okay, I need to go to sleep. If I'm still up. But yeah, I'm a night owl myself too. And if I try and stay up, if I want to stay up or whatever, because like I don't have anything going on the next day, and I'll be up till 1 o'clock, 1:30. And if I get on my phone, I'm scrolling and stuff. It might be to 2:30. I try to get to sleep by then. Yeah. Thank you for being here, guys. I appreciate every one of you. We're trying to catch a big catfish, big bass tonight. A live bait on. Had a big bite earlier. I missed him. So I'm trying to redeem myself by sticking out a little longer and see if I can't get him. Still on your summer break? Yeah, I'm just a night owl, dude. I'm old and I still stay up late. Just how it is. Some people just have that clock where you can't sleep early. Even when I put a long day of hard work in, I'll still stay up till midnight. You know, it's just my clock. Now that said, if I'm getting up at 5 in the morning every day, I start to go to bed earlier. When I was working for the county, I was getting up really early like that, 4:30 or something like that, and then I was going to sleep earlier, just because I had to get enough rest to function. But yeah, I used to think about making a restaurant called Night Owls. Like a Denny's, but Night Owls, coffee and burgers and breakfast stuff. Kind of sounds cool to me. But it's a small portion of the population that stays up like that. So I don't know if that restaurant would do very good. Come on, fish, give me a hit. Don't leave me hanging here. I gotta catch one. I have got to catch one. Man, no bites. Come on, fish. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I lost my connection there for a second. I wonder why. Got 5G right here. We should not lose connection at all. Some kind of a hiccup in the system. Yeah, guys, for anybody that's just joining or just popping through, we're fishing for big catfish and largemouth bass tonight. I've got a live bluegill on. Um, had a big hit. I missed the fish. I'm still trying. So hang in here with me. Hang in here with me, and maybe we'll get that big one. All right, brother. You have a good night. Rest well. Rest well. And if I catch a big one, I will make a short so you can catch it tomorrow. Not a problem, brother. Like I said, I'll make it short. You can pop it up on your stream. All right, all right, all right. Let's do this. Oh, there's a big fish jumping out there. Big old fish jumping. They got to eat this fish sooner or later. They can't just let this fish that's injured out there flopping around not get eaten. I guess it probably works better during the day when they can see them. I don't know. All right, all right. See what happens here. Oh, fish jumping all around. Fish jumping all around. Jeez. It's 9:33 here. Ooh, I could push it another 10 minutes, I guess. Yeah. Well, 2 hour mark isn't for 5 minutes, so I'm gonna push it a little farther. We're just gonna wait a little longer. I'm hoping we get this fish. Bait's in the right spot. It's where I had the last bite at, so we'll see what happens. Oh man, there's some big fish jumping out there. Whew. Jeez. Fish are playing hard to get tonight. are playing hard to get tonight. I guess I need to get some. No, all I need to do is get a knife, turn these guys into cut bait, and the catfish will come swimming to them. But I just had live bait on, and I was fishing for bass earlier, so that's what we have on now. Kind of turned into catfish bait as the sun went down and stuff, but now I'm just kind of like, okay, that's it, you know. It's all good, man. It's all good. Thank you for being here with me still. I don't. You might be the only one hanging in there, but I appreciate you. Appreciate you. But I am planning on going salmon fishing tomorrow, so I can't stay here for too long because that starts early. I gotta get up at like I really should get up at like 4:30 because I want to eat some breakfast and then hit the road because it takes me about 40 minutes to get to the salmon spot. So give me a half an hour to eat breakfast. And then I'll have a half an hour to eat breakfast and then get out on the road. I'll be at the salmon spot at like 5:40, 5:50. I will. I'll do some live streaming. I'll do some live streaming. And I'll make a few shorts too. Because I can't live stream the whole time I'm salmon fishing because it's just a crazy dynamic there. Like you got to hike into the spot, and then once you get into the spot, it's like kind of combat fishing. There's a bunch of guys all shoulder to shoulder in there. So I'll do some live streaming of that. Maybe I can set it up to where like I can put the camera up high, and then go down and fish, and you can just see like the whole area that's happening. It's a trip, dude. It really is. It's like it's if the salmon are biting, it's a wild place to watch people fish because there's tons of salmon. People are fighting salmon left and right. But it's been slow. They're just not here yet. They're coming up the river. But like the idea, the thing to do is get there before everybody knows they're all there, right? And then you get your 2 or 3 salmon for the year, and then you're good. That'd be awesome, man. I appreciate that. I would appreciate that. Yeah, it's a pretty wild thing to watch. I did a live stream at the spot last year, and I just kind of set my camera up, watched the whole thing going down from behind where I was fishing, kind of like on the hillside, and it got like 25,000 views because uh, the 50, the 50130. I'm fishing at a lake called Lake Wildwood, and I'm fishing for bass and catfish right now. But I'm talking about going salmon fishing in the morning. So that's what's gonna happen. I had a couple of big bites here a little while ago. I missed the fish, unfortunately. So I'm kind of being stubborn and trying to catch the fish and stay out here later and later. But I've got to get home so I can get rest, so I can go do salmon fishing in the morning. Because it's happening, man. It's that time of the year. We got to get them all. Got to catch them all. No, it'll be fun. But yeah, this fish bit hard earlier, and I think it was a big bass, or it might have been a big catfish. I'm not sure. But man, I missed it. I've got a big live bait on there, big old bluegill. So like, I don't want to leave because I know this. It happens, right? Sometimes you just miss the fish and you don't get another shot at them. But I don't want to leave because I want to get this fish, you know. But it's already 9:40. There's fish jumping all around me too. It's driving me crazy. Um, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. That's what it's all about right there. Hell yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna get up early, like 4:30. That's my plan anyways. Eat some breakfast, get on the road, go catch a 25-pound salmon, right? Big old king salmon out of the Sacramento River. Well, I'm going to the Feather River, not the Sacramento River, but whatever. I want to stack my freezer this year with as many salmon as I can. I'm gonna try and go live tomorrow, at least for a while. I've made that promise already, so we're gonna see what happens. Yeah, Walmart rod. It's a good rod. It's stout. I use this rod to salmon fish too, and it's sturdy. Will I go fishing late tomorrow? Probably not late tomorrow. Maybe. I'm not sure. It depends on how tired I am after doing the salmon fishing early in the morning. It takes a lot of energy out of you doing all that. You got two of them that held up for years. That's good to hear. Yeah, they're sturdy build. You know, I like how the eyes have uh, they're attached above and below, so they're not easily bent. Man, California. We're out here in California, so we get king salmon up the Yuba River. I mean, up the Yuba River, up the Sacramento River. That comes up to the Feather River. That's where I fish for them. But I like doing halibut fishing. I go out to the coast and go crabbing, um, bass fishing, catfishing, trout fishing. There's a lot of fishing I do out here. But fishing is kind of it's what I do, man. You know, I love to fish. So that's why I made a fishing channel about fishing. And yeah, Cali's, it's nice. But I'll tell you what, it's sure damn expensive. It's like right now, gas is like $5 a gallon, man. It's like $5 a gallon. $5 a gallon is, yeah, it's cold up there too, you know. But it gets cold here too. Not cold like Midwest cold, nothing like that, you know. But it does get cold. I just heard a car pull up in the parking lot behind me. Yeah, it's expensive too. I guess nowhere's cheap anywhere, man. Nowhere's cheap anymore. Everywhere is freaking expensive now. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I'm not real familiar with the East Coast states. Tennessee's considered East Coast, huh? Kinda. That's awesome though. Anywhere that you've got your eye on that you feel good at is a good place to go. I like it here. I wouldn't mind moving from the town that I live in. I live in the second to the smallest town in the state of California. It's called Smartsville. adjacent. Yeah, right. It's kind of not really on the coast. Um, but yeah, I live in the second to the smallest town in the state of California, and it's small, bro. I got a Dollar General, and that's it. I mean, I could drive to Walmart and uh, Costco and 40-minute drive, 30-minute drive, but you know, it's a it's a challenge. I like small town living too. I don't want to live in the city, but I wouldn't mind living in a town with more than Costco. I mean, more than Dollar General. You know, there used to be a small store that had been there for a long time, and a small restaurant been there for a long time. Come on, fish, right? Come on, fish. Yeah, I don't know, man. It might not be happening tonight. 49:46. What kind of cats you got here? We got channel catfish. We got bullhead catfish, which is nothing like a flathead catfish if you don't know. We got white catfish. We got a couple other little guys, but basically the channel catfish is the main catfish you want to fish for in California. We got Florida strain largemouth bass out here because the water's warm enough. But you know, we got king salmon. That's probably the best fish to fish for. We got California halibut out on the coast. That's what my favorite fish to fish for is. I have a boat and everything out on the delta. I've been trying to get down to the bay for the past year, and I just can't seem to get the extra cash together to do it. I'm hoping I get a damn salmon tomorrow. I'm hoping I do. That's why I got to get this stupid channel, not stupid, my channel, this wonderful channel monetized so I can hopefully earn a little bit of extra money doing all this. I can make some videos halibut fishing in the San Francisco Bay. I actually want to pull a commercial fishing license and fish out there. That's just all I want to do. Halibut fish, sell fish to the markets. It's a 27-foot, 26-foot tolly craft. So it's got a little cabin, it's got a little fly bridge, nice little deck. It's great. There's a video on it. If you watch through my videos, you'll see my tolly craft video. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I dig it. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Come on, fish. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna give it to the. See, it's almost 9:50 right now, so I'll give it to 10 o'clock, and then I'm gonna reel it up, guys. So we got it about 12 minutes, 10 minutes left here. I'm hoping we catch a fish. I'm hoping still. I appreciate everybody that supports the channel that's been here with me. Thank you all so very much. Makes it all worth it. It's been a while since I did a live stream like this, and thank you guys for being here and sticking it out here with me, because I do appreciate it. Yeah, it's getting there too, buddy. It's 10 o'clock here. Oh, it didn't work. I think that's my call to call it a night, guys. I think I'm getting recalled. So, let's see. All right, gentlemen. Thank you for being here. I appreciate viewing the channel. Take care of yourselves and each other. Fish on and tight lines. That's going to be it for tonight.